congrats. You've had a killer season this year.
Have, pun intended.
It's a 1-2 punch, isn't it?
It is. They haven't seemed to kick me out yet. So I'm just taking it while I can, because they're going to figure it out. This kid's a putz, and they're not going to have me anymore.
Here you go. You're like, let's go SAG Awards, make it 3 in a row.
Listen, I got to say, like, this has been such a great experience, just even making the show, and that sounds like such lip service, but, you know, it's hard enough to be an actor and to get a job. It's another thing to get a job that is with incredible people. It's a total other thing to have a job with incredible people that's telling an incredible story, and then on top of that, to have people even see it or give. So it's an amazing feeling to just be a part of so many things that are so much bigger than I could possibly control. So to be a tiny cog of that and to celebrate this, like, this is representative of like 100 million other people. So it's like, thank you to those people. It's like a chance for them to feel something through me, and it's a cool position to be in.
And so sweet. You gave so much love to your mom tonight.
Oh yeah. I had to, like, it took everything for me not to ugly cry my way through that entire thing. I just lock eyes with like Brian May, Urine Queen.
What did your mom give to you? How did she serve you as a mom?
Well, she was never a professional performer, but she's such a sort of unending, unwavering enthusiast about stuff, and
she made you think you could.
Yeah, I mean, unlike I've said this in the past, but Andrew Cunanan and I, although there's a lot of similarities we actually share. Not least of which is our ethnic background is very similar, but this show kind of explores how the making of the monster happens, and a lot of that, if not the majority of it, has to do with nurture, and which, in the case of my parents, two very loving people who love each other and love their family and love their sons very much, and there's like not an atom in this entire thing that doesn't like come directly from their love. It's just math.
And your fiance.
Yeah.
She couldn't be here because why?
No, she's here. She's here. She's right there. She's right there. She's looking beautiful over there.
You are. Come on in here. You want some champagne?
Don't make her. I'll get her the champagne.
I was gonna be like, you can't get champagne unless you get your butt up in here. But you've done well too, because this is part of the nurturing. She loves you hard.
Absolutely. I mentioned in the speech, this is we got engaged during the course of this whole ride, and this role
She's really
took
proud. Look at that smile.
Yeah.
So cute.
Well, it ended up being pretty good, because there was a lot of times where this took a lot out of me, and she had to have a lot of patience at home, which was unwavering. So yeah, she's been there for me. My parents have been there for me, and I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I honestly, I cannot believe this stuff. This is, again, just a symbol of so many other greater minds that have somehow allowed me to be a part of their lives.
Even crazier because you were like 4 when this actually happened,
Bless
right?
you, child. Bless you.
I love your Instagram. I was born a long time ago. I was like, look,
Yeah.
calm down on that. But you were a kid.
Yeah, I was about 10, 11.
So you had to do all new research for this project, or was it, what did you bring from the past?
What was so? I mean, I think a lot of people who, unless you're in the entertainment, the fashion industry, or you lived in Miami in the '90s, or you were a part of particularly the gay community in San Diego or Chicago or Miami, we just kind of knew the peripherals of the story.
Yeah.
I knew Gianni Versace was murdered, and I vaguely knew that it was a guy that was half Filipino, just because that sort of behooved me, because I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. That's what a horrible thing to have be part of, a half Filipino sort of tag. But the story was so much more, and that's what's so great about this tale, is I think we got to bring a light to a lot of other things that weren't necessarily talked about. And I loved it when people would say stuff like, oh my God, how did I not know this? How did I not know about this? And the answer is, many of the themes that we talk about in the show, which is homophobia and a great deal of fear and prejudice that sort of, prevented a lot of this information from being spread. So I was glad to be a part of something that could, give justice to the things that needed to be.
And the whole show won, which is pretty damn cool.
That's a nice feeling.
It's a good feeling.
It's a nice feeling. We've all become a big family. This was a special opportunity for all of us. There wasn't anybody from any part of the cast or crew that this was just another thing. If you talk about some of the leading characters, I mean, for Edgar, Penelope, and Ricky, these were all exciting new moments in their careers to be doing this, and for me to be in this position with Ryan was a huge opportunity. So everybody brought their A game, and to celebrate that together, I mean, come on, it's like you're at a party with your friends. You get to play dress up and drink champagne. What more can you ask for?
Have it. What are you going to do next? Last question. You can do anything you want now.
I'm going to finish this quicker than I should.
Want more extra? Hit the subscribe button and the bell. Never miss an